Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with our main event of Day 5 of G1 Climax 2015, and we are on the New Japan World Player. We are fast forwarding to 4 minutes 20 seconds. Not going to make any jokes about that number, and we are going to be playing here in 3, 2, or I'm sorry, I'm going to stick with my format that I've been using. Ready, set, go. And we just saw Naito rocking that Dr. Doom mask. Naito definitely hoping to get an upset win here, and I think it would definitely have to be considered an upset if Naito were to beat Tanahashi here, wouldn't it be?
Oh, completely agree with you. Are you kidding? I don't even think that's up for debate, but I gotta say this, my friend, after that Kota Ibushi AJ Styles matchup, the aftershocks may be felt in this matchup. Could we be saying our second consecutive upset win here, or just a win that maybe we weren't anticipating, in Naito going over Tanahashi potentially?
I don't know. I mean, the video that we're watching is 42 minutes and 32 seconds long. So what that tells me is that Tanahashi's going to win and then get 20 minutes to celebrate with an air guitar.
Absolutely, that's usually how it goes. But who knows? Maybe we're in for a surprise here. Only time will tell, and that's
Yeah,
why
I
we're
don't
having this
I don't
match.
even know if the bell has rung yet, but Tetsuya Naito is just taking his grand old time, taking all of his black clothing off that he wears to the ring now. Meanwhile, Tanahashi is just kind of chilling. The referee is actually letting Naito disrobe, telling Tanahashi to stay back. And there the bell just rang. The bell just rang. So now Tanahashi hyping himself up, getting ready to take it to Naito.
Absolutely, and I mean Tanahashi is doing quite well for himself. I mean, some people that are having 2-0 records have got to feel great seeing AJ Styles knocked off, and that includes, just to put that out there, Carl Anderson as well. So, very interesting dynamic now with AJ Styles getting his first loss in the G1 Climax. We'll see if Tanahashi can avoid that fate.
Yeah, can I also just point out that the only real difference between the hair of these two men is color?
Yeah, absolutely.
Almost, not quite, but almost the exact same hairstyle.
And I mean, if you're Naito, I wonder if you've got any nerves. I mean, I know he's putting on this I don't care act, but you can never really tell how a man feels on the inside. And you just got to wonder if Naito's maybe a bit nervous
Oh
climbing in the
wow,
ring with
what a
Tanahashi.
headlock takedown there by Tanahashi.
Well, I mean, he's no nonsense. I
Oh, and
think he
he's not
takes
even
his.
letting Naito get the legs up over his head to kind of force him to break the hold. Really kind of struggling here for Naito. Tanahashi in firm control of this headlock.
And I mean, yeah, I mean that's just Tanahashi. That's just how he likes to go. He likes to ground his opponent, take his time, dictate the pace, if you will, does Tanahashi. I mean that's just his forte. And Naito's gonna have a lot to overcome in this match. I mean, we talk all the time how Tanahashi is the man of New Japan, and I just wonder if Naito can overcome all that here.
Yeah, absolutely. And Tanahashi with a nice little uppercut there, sending Naito into the corner. Naito, though, kicks Tanahashi and puts him back in the same corner he was in, and now just a series of open hand slaps to Tanahashi's chest. But Tanahashi reverses with a series of slaps of his own. These guys, it seems like there's very little respect here.
And you know what? That may be the key. I mean, if Naito had respect for Tanahashi, who knows? He may take it easy on him. He may go soft on him. But this newfound aggression in Naito, I feel like even though it hasn't led to a impeccable tournament record, it certainly has paid dividends for Naito. So we'll see if it can carry over into this match.
Is Naito 1-1 or 0-2?
He's 1-1 because I know he lost to Shibata, but he
Yeah.
beat Bad Luck Fale, if you remember.
Oh, that's right. That was such a weird match. But yeah, Tanahashi with the nice springboard crossbody there off the middle rope. And then an arm
Man,
drag, and then another arm drag, just not letting Naito get any kind of momentum whatsoever. Now Naito rolls out of the ring to regroup.
absolutely. I mean, Ashton, you've talked about this so many times before in Tanahashi matches. The conditioning. This guy's ability to be able to go to distance, go hold for hold, keep up with the other guy, and even Naito, for as young as he is, could be a bit disadvantaged in that department because Tanahashi just seems unreal. And that's why he's been on top for, like, as you said in the Kota Ibushi AJ Styles matchup, for over a decade.
I feel like Naito's inability to care about anything might help him in that department.
Possibly. I mean, his inability to care. You know what that means also, and we really haven't talked about this much. It means that he doesn't permit his opponent to get a psychological edge over him. Because if you
Exactly.
don't care, that means your opponent can't take anything away from you.
Well, not only
So,
that, but then you also don't exert as much energy. And as far as conditioning goes, that's another key.
absolutely, absolutely, very good points here. So
The
we'll
fact
see
that
how
we're actually
Washington's going.
sitting here analyzing apathy is hilarious to me.
I know. Well, hey, that's the kind of commentary you get from Twitwow for G1 Climax. But you and I have noted how Naito's change in personality has been paying off for him, and we'll see if it continues here. I have to imagine that it will. And what a win over
Naito back in the
Tanahashi.
ring, but Tanahashi went after Naito, and Naito just rolled right back out.
And see, I like that. Create that distance. Why not? Why not? Let Tanahashi knows what it feels like to wait, to not be in control. Take over the pace from him. I think that's the first big step in beating a guy as big as Tanahashi. So we'll see if Naito can follow it up.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's one of those things where you're making him play to your hand rather than always being the guy to play to his hand.
Exactly, Ash. You're absolutely 100% right in that estimation. And I think Naito, he knows that, and that's what I'm saying. Don't count out Naito here. He really could pull out a shocker here tonight and beat Tanahashi.
Naito, though, and the great forearm there from Naito. He did roll back into the ring, but Tanahashi met him with a bunch of kicks, and Naito, to my surprise, didn't roll right back out of the ring. Oh, but Naito with the Hurricane Rana just takes Tanahashi out of the ring.
Beautiful. And we can't forget, no matter how much apathy Naito may be carrying on his shoulders, he is still an incredible athlete.
Absolutely. Now, grabbing Tanahashi by the back and almost by the hair. I was going to say by the back of the neck, but it looks like he had him by the hair there. Whips him into the guardrail. Another one of these kind of moments from a G1 match here. This is the kind of same sort of thing that happened with Doc Gallows and Bad Luck Fale earlier. Just really taking advantage of the territory outside of the ring there. And this is actually something that I feel like Naito used in his match against Fale.
Absolutely. He definitely used the environment to his advantage. I think it was just to kind of get the big guy a bit winded, be able to work him over a little bit there. So Naito.
Oh, and my God, just drives Tanahashi down into that table. That table had no give whatsoever. The table didn't break, but it did bend, which tells me that it was way more sturdy than it ever should have been to be using as something to knock somebody down onto. That there was no way that was a smart move as far as keeping guys healthy goes, but a very smart move on Naito's part as far as just winning the match goes, because
absolutely
the table is literally, it's so funny. We always say when somebody hits someone with a really big move, they would say, oh, we're broken in half. This table didn't break in half. It bent in half.
Exactly. And now Naito has just got to be feeling so good about himself.
Well, yeah. He's laying in the ring. He's laying on his back in the ring, just kind of daydreaming at this point. Like he was just like playing like bicycle, kind of kicking his feet in the air, waiting for the countout victory to come. But Tanahashi slowly coming back too.
Absolutely. And Tanahashi, again, just that inhuman resiliency from Tanahashi, because that
just
neck
crawling,
was brutal.
And he runs back into the ring at the last second. Tanahashi just pulled a Cena.
Well, that's no surprise. But
now Naito in firm control, and he's very arrogant about it. He just had a smile on his face because he knows, even though Tanahashi rolled back into the ring, he's nowhere near 100%. You want to talk about an equalizer? That neck breaker onto the table was something that could have not only equalized this match for the time being, but might have knocked Tanahashi down a peg or two in the long run, because that was the kind of thing that could cause long-term injuries.
Exactly, and if you're Naito, the strategy has to be now to work over that neck relentlessly. I am talking not giving Tanahashi an inch, making him really fight from the ground up. So we'll see if Naito really implements that kind of game plan here. Or knowing him, God knows what goes on in that man's head. Maybe he's thinking of something else entirely.
Naito really doesn't even care. He doesn't even care enough to get excited that he's got a leg up on Tanahashi. He just put his throat on Tanahashi and posed at the crowd. Now a back elbow off the ropes into a drop kick. Naito has these little flurries of offense where he ups the intensity a little bit, but most of the time he's just so lackadaisical.
And that's just it, Ashton. I love how Naito it just really plays with the switch, if you know what I mean. Like, he could do the high impact offense, but then he can really, really slow it down and show a methodical side to really ground the opponent. It's unbelievable, the duality that's going on with Naito here, and it's paying the bills.
Absolutely. Naito with the leg executed headlock here on Tanahashi. Almost looks a little bit like a choke, but it seems like the ref's in good position, or at least good enough position to be able to see that it's not. I feel like Tanahashi's in position to bite Naito if he really wanted to kind of sink to that Yujiro Takahashi level, but it seems like he's got a little bit more pride than that.
Yeah, Tanahashi is a man of integrity.
Finally got his foot on the rope. Tanahashi finally got his foot on the rope. But Naito not letting go of the hold. The referee not even counting, just kind of trying to force. Yeah, there we go. Got Naito off of him by force. Tanahashi, though, in a really bad way right now.
Yeah, I mean, again, that table moment there with that neck breaker just was a game changer there for Naito. Naito's been exploiting it as we imagined he would ever since. And I mean, how much?
And just a drop kick from Naito. And again, with the foot on Tanahashi's head, pulling him by the hair. He's literally, I mean, if this was a hold, it would just be a hair pull. Because that's all he's doing to Tanahashi right now, is just grabbing him by the hair and yanking. Now, Tanahashi retaliates with a few open hand chest slaps. 3 of them, to be exact. And then Naito returns with 1. And it's enough to stagger Tanahashi. Tanahashi reverses the Irish whip. Naito grabs him and then just a kick to the chest. And then, Tanahashi went for a lariat, but Naito grabbed him into another neck breaker. Another neck breaker from Naito to Tanahashi. 1, 2, 9. Yeah, Tanahashi kicked out, sure, but at what cost?
Exactly, because the more you stay in this, we talked about it with Shibata and his leg. You know, the more you stay in a fight, when you know that you could have a serious injury or serious impairment to a critical body part, I mean, the worse it may be for your chances in the long run of the G1 Climax, because the G1 Climax, I mean, we use the saying often in football, Ashton, it's a marathon, not a sprint. You've got so many other matches in your block. I mean, are you being stupid when you kick out and you let pride take over rather than living to fight another day?
And now Naito with the knee into the back of Tanahashi and just the basic chin lock from behind, cranking on the neck. Tanahashi working his way back up to his feet, but it's really taking a toll on his neck.
Absolutely. And how much time could be left here? And I almost have to cringe at just the nature of Naito just picking apart.
Oh, and Naito just spat. Naito just spat on Tanahashi. The disrespect.
Absolutely disgusting. This man doesn't have.
Oh, Tanahashi coming back though, diving forearm there. That spit might have been what Tanahashi needed to wake up, light a fire under his ass, and show up to this match because he has been absolutely absent.
Yeah, completely agree with you. I think when you disrespect a man like Tanahashi, that's when Tanahashi takes the gloves off and says, "Okay, you want to go? We can go. I can hang with the best of them," and I think he's going to show it to Naito right here.
You know, a lot of people say that Hiroshi Tanahashi represents the New Japan logo, that lion, and I think when you threaten his pride is when he's going to start to really kick it into another gear.
Completely agree with you. I mean, Tanahashi, he is the face of New Japan. I think when you spit on him, you spit on this promotion, and he will not take that lying down.
But you know what? I think Naito's okay with that because he was on a recent excursion to CMLL, and I think he liked it a little bit better there anyway.
Interesting.
He joined a faction there, and that's why he has turned on the crowd here in New Japan, because now his roots lie with the faction that he joined in CMLL. But these guys are just slapping the taste out of each other's mouths at this point. Naito looks like he's just so over this match.
Absolutely. I mean, he just wants it, I think, to be over. And this disrespect to Tanahashi, I don't get it. We know a change in this young man, and I'm really glad you provided that context. But, I mean, you're talking about the guy that almost built the house.
Oh, the basement dropkick takes Naito off his feet. But wow. Naito was so smart. Naito rolls out of the ring to take a breather and recover.
And you know, he creates that space, and I can't blame him for creating that space.
Tanahashi scaling the ropes here. It looks like he wants a high fly flow to the outside, and he nails it. He hit the high fly flow to Naito on the outside. But now how much damage did that do to Tanahashi? I think all the work Naito's been putting in on the neck is starting to take a toll.
Yeah, I really have to disagree with that maneuver from Tanahashi there. I'm sure emotions took over, and emotion's going to override reason every time, but that had to be just hell on the neck.
Tanahashi finally got up and kind of yelled at the crowd as if to say, yeah, I'm into this, man. But you just have to wonder how genuine that was. Oh, but now Tanahashi with the dragon screw leg whip to Naito over the barricade.
Oh, that's got to shred a leg.
Talk about jacking someone's knee up. Oh, my goodness.
Hey, payback's a bitch, and so is Tanahashi. That was for the neck. I can only imagine what else he has in store for this young man. That
Absolutely.
was excruciating to watch.
And now he just grabs him by the head, has him almost in a side headlock here, and he's just dragging him back to the ring, tosses him back into the ring, gets into the ring himself. Maybe, no, it doesn't even look like he's going to go for the pin right away. He grabs him by the feet. Oh, it looks like he wants some kind of a cloverleaf here, but no, Naito immediately, very smart move here by Naito. Immediately before Tanahashi has an opportunity to lock anything in for good, Naito gets to the ropes. And now, standing up, Naito really reeling here, but Tanahashi with a couple of kicks to that knee, taking full advantage of the dragon screw damage. And now Naito trying to fight out of it, but it looks like Tanahashi wants to go, oh, but he did fight out of it. And now Naito with the spinning heel kick. Beautiful.
I'll tell you what, Naito's got so many tricks in his bag. I mean, he's a phenomenal athlete. I mean, he's the guy that took AJ Styles to the limit at Wrestle Kingdom 9. Let's not forget that Naito, very gifted performer. And like we said, I feel like that attitude was just going to push him over the edge to where he wanted to be. And now he's going toe-to-toe with Tanahashi. So you have to imagine he likes where he is right now, despite the fact that that leg's got to be hurting.
This is a very psychological match right now with Naito working over Tanahashi's neck, Tanahashi working on the knee. Now Naito with another neck breaker. This time Tanahashi was hung up in the ropes when it was done. Tanahashi's neck is probably in worse shape now than even Kota Ibushi's was towards the end of the last match.
Exactly. And you know what, Ashton? It pains me to say it because I know we've seen Naito have displays of just blatant disrespect towards Tanahashi, but I love the fact that he's so committed to this game plan. I love the fact that he has just been absolutely cerebral on that neck since that neck breaker on the table earlier.
Oh, and Tanahashi inverted STO right into the Koji clutch here on Naito, or on Tanahashi.
Wow.
Obviously Tanahashi's not one to give up or quit or tap out or anything, but this is a deep Koji clutch, and he is putting so much pressure on that already bad neck because of the neckbreaker series, and all started with the table. But now he's got his leg just covering Tanahashi's face, cranking on that neck. The Koji clutch still locked in. Tanahashi might be fading. It looks like Tanahashi might be getting ready to pass out here.
Actually, I think Naito's bleeding from the mouth, actually, from where
I think
was
he
sitting.
might have just bit his tongue or something, because it looks like it's just his tongue that's bleeding.
Oh, God. But, yeah, I mean, Tanahashi could fade away here. And then that was the point I was going to make, Ashton. Yeah, we know Tanahashi doesn't tap out. But in this case, so what? Because if he passes out, Naito still wins this match. And he has got that Koji Clutch dead center in the ring.
Yeah.
Can Tanahashi fight out of it here? I think he's trying to show some resistance, but Naito's got it locked in so deep.
I think Tanahashi's going to get to the ropes here. Oh, there it is. His toes on the ropes. He's on the ropes.
You got
Naito, though, is smart enough to not let go until the referee forces him to.
Exactly. And I think Tanahashi even signaling like, hey, I got a break, but again, Naito just does not care.
Naito not even bothering to get up, just kind of laying there thinking about what his next move's going to be. I like this version of Naito because he's become so much more cerebral in the way he attacks his opponents.
I'm telling you, his game plan has been flawless. And when you can say that, and your opposition is Tanahashi, what else needs to really be said?
The game plan's been flawless, and so far, so has the execution with a beautiful basement triangle dropkick there. Oh, but Tanahashi has another dragon screw.
Oh, and going right back to that leg, and that has got to hurt like hell if you're Naito. Absolutely. Oh, my God. Oh,
Tanahashi back up to his feet, but his neck is in pain. Oh, it looked like Tanahashi wanted another dragon screw there. Naito went for but another dragon screw. Naito went for an enziguri, but landed on his face because Tanahashi ducked it, but then Tanahashi hit a dragon screw while Naito was lying on the ground. Now it looks like Tanahashi wants that cloverleaf he was going for earlier, and it looks like he has it locked in too. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, this might be it. This is deep. Yeah, like you said, this is in really deep. Tanahashi has Naito, basically, Naito's head and shoulder are on the ground, and that is it. Everything else is up in the air. Tanahashi has it lifted up that high.
Oh, God, just the bend, the angle of Naito's body. And Naito, I think, is going to try and fight through it, which I guess he's not that apathetic if he's trying to fight, through this pain. But
oh, my God. When Naito crawls away a little bit, it kind of relieves some of the pressure, but then Tanahashi follows him and just sinks his hips down on Naito's shoulders.
Absolutely. And now, can Naito can he get to the ropes?
Oh, it looks like he's close. It looks like he's there. Yep, he's there.
He got there. He found refuge in the ropes, and that's got to frustrate Tanahashi a little bit. But at the same time, if you're Tanahashi, you have to have your swagger back after really working over that leg and really picking it apart.
Yeah, swagger only goes so far, though, when you have a bad neck.
That's true. It's the bad neck versus the bad leg. Which one will give out first?
You've also got to imagine... Oh, but another dragon screw. Jesus, Tanahashi, you're going to rip his leg off.
I really don't think he'd care after being spit on so many times by Naito.
Oh, and now he wants the high fly flow. I was just getting ready to ask, when he hits this high fly flow, how much is Tanahashi going to feel it in that neck? Oh, but Naito cuts him off at the pass with a club to the chest.
How was he even able to scale the ropes that quickly, or, get to Tanahashi that quickly with the bad leg? Must be adrenaline coursing through Naito here.
He's still feeling that pain, but he's working through it.
And I gotta tell you, that's what the chance at the IWGP Heavyweight Championship means to both men. Even Naito, for as apathetic as he is, the chance of being world champion just cuts right through that. And oh man, he's on Tanahashi here.
Naito grabbing the leg here. Maybe trying to set Tanahashi up for something from the top rope. Maybe almost looks like he might be going for some kind of a muscle buster variation, but maybe not. Oh, maybe a Frankensteiner.
Maybe. What's he thinking here?
Frankensteiner, and he nailed it. Tanahashi didn't have the neck strength to stiff it out.
Yeah, he got caught for sure.
And now Naito attempting to get to the top rope, taking him a little bit longer than usual because of the bad leg, though.
Yeah, I mean, Tanahashi's been picking apart.
Oh, and he does it in one leap, trying to avoid steps, and a beautiful drop kick. But again, back to the knee. There was a drop kick to the back of Tanahashi's neck, though, because, man, this is such a great game plan from Naito. Just picking Tanahashi apart at the neck. And now, he wanted a German there, it looked like, but it looked like the knee gave out. Oh, but a beautiful enziguri. And now, has the German locked in? He hasn't. No, German 1, 2. Oh, but Tanahashi kicks out of that as well.
That was a near fall if I've ever seen it. You can't get any closer than that, my friend.
And that's the kind of move that you can use to get a win on Tanahashi when his neck's in this position, because you're dropping him right on that neck.
I mean, Aj, at the risk of coming off as an armchair analyst, I think the mistake from Naito there was not keeping the waist lock. I would have kept the waist lock, and he didn't. Maybe he's got something else in mind here.
Almost looks like some kind of a scoop kind of move. Oh, but that looks like a straight right hook.
Jesus. We've devolved into just pure fighting now.
Oh, and just a kick to the back of Tanahashi's head. And another one. And every time he does those little kicks to the head, it's tweaking Tanahashi's neck a little bit more than the last time.
Absolutely. I mean, how much more can Tanahashi conceivably take in this match here?
Yeah. One of these guys is going to end up without a leg, and the other... Oh, but there we go! Sling blade from Tanahashi!
Oh, man, and now Tanahashi's feeling it. Could it be the moment? Could it be the high fly flow?
He wants it. And he hit it.
And there it is.
High flow. He's going back to the top rope. He wants another one. What is Naito going to do here, though? Is he going to be able to avoid this?
Yes!
He got the...
Wow!
But you got to... Yeah, that had to hurt. You got to wonder who that hurt more, if it was Naito's knee or Tanahashi's stomach.
I have to imagine the knee action, because the stomach of Tanahashi hasn't really been worked over here. It's the neck. I mean, unless the neck kind of felt the aftershocks of that.
Well, but still, I mean, knees to the stomach is going to hurt no matter how soft the knee might be.
Absolutely. Oh, without question, my friend. And oh man, this crowd definitely showing their appreciation for this contest. I gotta say, I mean, we said earlier in the Ibushi Styles matchup that Ibushi arrived. I have to say, no matter the result, I think Naito has shown us what he's really capable of here, going toe-to-toe with Tanahashi.
Absolutely. Now,
and
on even footing, both on their knees, Naito with a forearm strike. And Tanahashi really just not in this at all. Seems like that double knees to the stomach took all of the energy and breath and just everything Tanahashi had out of him. But never mind. Here we go. They're dueling now with forearm strikes. As I always say, whoever changes it up from a forearm strike to something different is going to get the advantage here.
Absolutely. Who's going to show the give here? And like you said, whoever alternates first is usually the one who comes away the winner.
Oh, but Naito wants more. Naito, that's not enough, Tanahashi. Oh, Naito spits at Tanahashi. These guys are exchanging more fluid than an orgy.
Oh, God. First of all, nice. Second of all, Tanahashi now kicking the leg. How smart was that by Tanahashi?
Oh, it looked like Naito wanted the diving forearm, but Tanahashi caught him in the waistlock. German suplex, but he let go. He let go. He didn't capitalize with a pin attempt.
I don't agree with that at all. I don't agree with that at all. That could have been your winning shot right there.
Naito grabs him. Oh, possibly a tornado DDT. Possibly. No. Oh, but a spinning neck breaker there from Tanahashi. Almost like a dragon screw leg whip to the head.
Exactly. And, I think Naito really felt the impact of that, and now Tanahashi is feeling it here.
But we've got to also point out. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Naito got him almost like an inverted sliced bread there. 1, 2. Are you kidding me?
Are you serious? Oh my God!
With like an inverted sliced bread, it looked like.
Oh my God!
Oh. Tetsuya Naito with the victory over Tanahashi. I guess that was the breaking point for Tanahashi's neck, man.
Can you say that again, please?
Tanahashi just lost.
I don't believe it. In the same night, both Tanahashi and AJ Styles have gone 2-1 here.
And now there is not a single undefeated wrestler left in this block.
Oh my God.
Nobody left in this block is undefeated. I believe this is the A block, and there are no A block competitors left with a clean win-loss record. All of them have at least one loss. And Naito just clean in the ring, kicked the ref first, then went after Jay White, who was in the ring to try and get some ice to Tanahashi. Naito really just had enough. Absolutely sick of everything. And man, this is just unnecessary. But tell you what, he's earned this time. If Tanahashi would have won, he'd be using this time to do some air guitar. You better bet Naito's going to use his time to do what he wants.
Oh my God, I can't believe this. I mean, and I just said in the last match that I felt like that was the upset, but you said at the start of this match that this would be the real upset if Naito beat Tanahashi. And Ashton, what are your thoughts on Naito now that he's pretty much upset the world here?
I absolutely love the new version of Tetsuya Naito. I was never a huge fan of him when he was kind of the generic fan favorite. People kind of loved him. You heard a bunch of women in the crowd screaming, Naito! Every night, and got kind of annoying. Never really got too into his work. But since this excursion to CMLL and this change of attitude, he is on absolute fire. And look no further than right here, right now, standing tall, victorious over none other than Hiroshi Tanahashi, who now goes to 2-1, tied with Naito, but also tied with Kota Ibushi, with Katsuyori Shibata, with Bad Luck Fale, with AJ Styles. There are now 6 out of 10 members of the A block are 2-1.
And Naito, I think, is a part of a very prestigious class, if you ask me. I mean, considering that, I mean, let me put it to you like this, guys. Naito just brought Tanahashi down to the same level as him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all you need to say. That is unbelievable to me. And that image of Tanahashi just on the, in the ring, just lying there crumpled with the neck pain says more words than I ever could.
And Tetsuya Naito and Kota Ibushi both did a massive favor for everyone else in the A block that will be eventually facing AJ Styles and Hiroshi Tanahashi, because now these guys look human. They look beatable. They look like an equal to everyone else that is also 2-1.
I think as far as the A block is concerned, you just went from, oh, these guys have it monopolized or this guy's running away with it, to it's become virtually anybody's game at this point now.
It really has. It really has. And it's super exciting because I got to tell you, man, I was not looking forward to seeing Styles and Tanahashi just kind of sweep through this whole thing. It's great to see Ibushi get a win. It's great to see Naito get a win. And even though Shibata had the one big loss to, I believe it was Styles, he is also in that same realm. And surprisingly, as is Bad Luck Fale. Bad Luck Fale, I think, is the surprise of the tournament so far at 2-1, with his 2 victories coming over Doc Gallows and Togi Makabe, which I don't think anyone could have predicted. So definitely a very interesting A block. I was saying earlier on in the tournament that I think the A block is the weaker of the two blocks, and while I still stand by that based on match quality, I think that this might have been the best show of the entire tournament based on those two specific matches.
Absolutely. Tonight, folks, Naito and Ibushi shock the world, beating AJ Styles and Tanahashi respectively. I can't believe it. I'm at a loss for words. I can't believe this has happened. It's almost like an insurgency in the A block of G1 Climax, an outright revolt from the young, hungry Lions to the established Predators saying, hey, we're coming for your turf. We're coming for your spot. And most importantly, if you're Okada, you're thinking, oh man, everybody is coming for a shot at my IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Absolutely unreal performance from Naito and Ibushi tonight in this tournament in particular. Just
Well, and
exemplary.
you're not even exaggerating when you say the young guns, because both Ibushi and Naito are relatively young, 33 years old, especially when you compare them to Styles and Tanahashi. AJ Styles, I think he's going on 40 now, 38 years old. Tanahashi, 30, I believe 7 or 8, 38. They're both 38. So a 5-year difference between Tanahashi and AJ and their opponents tonight. And yeah, the young guns were definitely taking it to the vets tonight.
And I gotta tell you, Ashton, you and I were kind of laughing at the opening bell, thinking, oh, this match is 42 minutes. Clearly, they wanted to give Tanahashi time to air guitar, but Naito is the one that laughs last and laughs best. I mean, what an upset here. Oh my,
Definitely.
this changes everything.
It really
Everything.
does. This has really shifted the complexion of the A block in this year's G1.
I mean, we can't understate that enough, folks. If you've been following the G1 Climax, if you're a Tanahashi fan, you kind of have to clench your seat a little bit panicked. If you're not a Tanahashi fan and you've been looking for him to get knocked off, I mean, go buy yourself some kazoos tonight and take to the streets because, I mean, everything has changed. Unbelievable.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, this was a great show. I really wish we could have gotten it up earlier, but again, blame New Japan World for that. Hopefully, they get day 6 uploaded in a more timely fashion so that we can put that video out sooner. Until then, though, we are going to be doing our Raw review tonight. TwitWow is still going on. Just because G1 started doesn't mean that we stop doing reviews. And we'll see you all for our Raw episode of TwitWow tonight.